People pay attention to what they care about, their own interests, problems, and concerns. And this is why Netflix has been so successful, because when you log in, they show you a list of movies and shows that they know you're going to want to watch. It's addictive because it's designed just for you. The same goes for Amazon, Google, Facebook, and all the most successful companies in the world. They're showing you what you personally care about. Now in Ontraport, you can do that kind of personalization with your own pages, making prospects and customers feel more confident about doing business with you. This is a strategy that's proven to increase sales and conversions online. In this video, I'll show you how to use Ontraport to make that happen. Page personalization can be as simple as including your contact's name on the page, or you could get fancy and adapt your whole page to each visitor. You could refer to whatever ad the lead clicked on, mention something they told you about in a form, or talk about a product that they've purchased. Whatever it is you want to do, personalization really boils down to one thing, and that is using data that you have to send messages to people that they'll care about. Now let's talk about how it all works. There are two ways to personalize your pages in Ontraport, with merge fields or with conditional content. We'll talk about each of these in the next two videos, but first, in order to make any of this work, the system has to know who each visitor is. So the first step in personalizing your pages is identifying the visitors on your site. And it's worth understanding how this works inside of Ontraport. When your lead fills out a form in Ontraport, we add a cookie to their browser. And a cookie is a little text file with an ID that we create. The next time your lead visits, the cookie will remind the system of who they are. This method works really well most of the time. But sometimes cookies get deleted or go missing. So for example, say a visitor fills out your form on a laptop and then visits later again on their phone. Your cookie won't carry over to that new device. So as far as Ontraport knows, that visitor is anonymous again, which means we can't personalize that page. But Ontraport is fancy, and we take every opportunity to re-identify visitors and add that cookie to their browser again. Of course, we can add the cookie back if they fill out a form again, but we can also cookie your contacts whenever they click on a link in one of your emails. That means that email clicks won't just boost your deliverability, they'll also be a great strategy for helping you identify your page visitors. Keep in mind that these methods are pretty good, but they are not secure. So let me explain. Soon, you'll learn how to display certain contact information on your pages. Sometimes that information can be personal or private. Now that's totally fine as long as you're showing it to the right person. But when you identify people with cookies, whether it's from form fillouts or link clicks, you can sometimes get it wrong. For example, let's say someone loves one of your emails and forwards it to a friend. Then let's say that that friend clicks on a link in the email. In this case, Ontraport will think that they're actually the same person who received the original email. If you put the original user's personal information on that page, the person's friend will be able to see it. So don't put anyone's private information on a page just because you've identified the contact. Instead, identify visitors in a way that is secure by using a membership site login. To access a membership site, every contact needs an email username and a password. Before they can get those credentials, we confirm their email address. So that's a positive, secure identification. This means it's okay to display private information like purchase history or personal data, but only on pages that are secured by that membership login. One more thing to keep in mind about identifying contacts. There's a difference between anonymous, identified, and logged in visitors. You'll personalize your pages based on these different identification levels. For example, let's say you show one block to someone from Colorado, but show another one to someone from New York. Here, you'd want to use identified visitors because in the rare event that we get it wrong, it's really not going to reveal anybody's sensitive information. But if you merge someone's government ID onto a page, you'll definitely want to make sure that it's only for logged in visitors. And that's it. Now you've seen the kind of personalization that is possible in Ontraport. And at this point, I'm sure you've got some great ideas for your own pages. Check out Personalizing with Merge Fields and Personalizing with Conditional Display Blocks to dive into how to get this stuff done.